All right, breaking news out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Squirrel Hill. What in the heck's going on here? We've got some massive fire going on at an apartment complex. Has been going on for a while now. We're going to drop in and find out what happened here. What is the cause of a major fire at this apartment complex on Forward Avenue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? Went up in flames this morning around 8 a.m. And firefighters are still at the scene trying to put out this fire. And I saw this pop up, and I'm like, whoa, I'm expecting maybe we could get some information about what is going on here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in reference to a fire. So choppers above the sky. Firefighters are still putting out this massive blaze here on Forward Avenue of an apartment complex. And here you go. So what's the cause of this fire? What happened here? What happened here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? Here we are. We're kind of evaluate the situation and see what's going on. They're calling it a 5-alarm fire. And also the Pittsburgh authorities actually put out a series of tweets. I'm going to get these tweets up and try to understand. They evacuated the entire building. They're saying that all the occupants been accounted for. And at this time, there's no reported injuries. That's good. Perfect. Everyone got out. But when you see an apartment complex on fire, your very first thing people think is, are people trapped? Are people trapped? Or do people get trapped? Or people what's going on here? So Pittsburgh has dealt with a few disasters in the last couple months. The Coke plant. A lot of these buildings in Pittsburgh are literally old. It's old buildings, old piping, old electricity, old buildings. It's an industrial city in Pittsburgh, and a lot of these apartment complexes have been built decades and decades and decades ago. So something tells me there's probably something to do with, some sort of mechanical failure, some sort of electrical piping, something like that, opposed to nefarious things. When we say nefarious things, arson and things like that. This is the Squirrel Hill neighborhood on Forward Avenue. Witnesses near the fire tell Pittsburgh's Action News 4 that they began to see smoke around 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And then heavy smoke began going up in the air there. Firefighters are attacking the flames from all sides of the building, including from neighboring structures. Smoke could be seen by drivers heading eastbound on the parkway. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. There was a lot of viral videos of people seeing smoke. They thought maybe a bomb went off or something in Pittsburgh. People are like, what in the heck is going on? With a massive fire. This is the Squirrel Hill neighborhood. Forward Avenue. So, yes, looks pretty intense here. Probably, I would think at this point, they would probably give a press conference. American Red Cross have put out a tweet. So the American Red Cross of Greater Pennsylvania said that our disaster team volunteers are responding to this apartment fire in Pittsburgh's Squirrel Hill neighborhood. We're supporting an evacuation center for impacted residents. How many residents actually live in this apartment complex? Now, some reports are saying that it's a 5-alarm. Other reports are saying it's a 4-alarm. 5-alarm, they bring out everybody. This is a 3-story building, it appears. 3-story building. Part of the roof has collapsed. Roof has collapsed. I mean, a lot of people are going to probably be displaced from this for sure. Yeah, most likely many people are probably going to be displaced by this fire. But I just wanted to stop by and see what we got going on here. What in the heck is happening here? Local media is also there reporting WTAE TV in Pittsburgh. Look at this. Does it appear to be spreading? I don't think so. To me, Pittsburgh Public Safety Fire is currently battling a 4-alarm fire at 5680 block of Forward Avenue. 5680. All right, so let's find out the name of this. Find out how many people live in this apartment complex, because ultimately, what's going to happen is people are going to be displaced from here. From this place here. And it's interesting because this thing just stands out, and then kind of like at a fork road, like a fork road. (5680) Forward. They're called the Jefferson Apartments. The Jefferson Apartments. All right, so we got the Jefferson Apartments. So with that being said, I'm going to try to find out a little bit of information about the Jefferson Apartments here. Zillow says the Jefferson Apartments currently offer 750 square foot apartment rooms, 1 bed, 1 bath. Rents there go for about $900 a month. So 1 bed, 1 bath, $900 a month, according to Zillow. Let's see how many other type of units they have here. Jefferson Apartments, Pittsburgh, the Jefferson Apartments. That's what the media is putting out. Jefferson Apartments. Flooring plans. So it's called the, it looks like the Jefferson Apartments, according to media, 5660 Forward Avenue, Pittsburgh. I believe they're 1-bedroom apartments. The floor plan for 2025 says 1 bed, 1 bath, $900 a month. You got about a $900 a month. Due to the fire, due to the building fire, the ramp from Forward Avenue to Squirrel Hill westbound 1376 Parkway is closed to traffic until further notice. Emergency personnel are on the scene. Motorists should use caution in the area. Utilize alternate routes. The Red Cross, Salvation Army, and the Pittsburgh Emergency Management and Homeland Security are on the scene assisting those affected. Cause of the fire is unknown. Cause of the fire is unknown. So I put here an entire apartment complex up in flames. Yeah, I've seen here if I could get some information on the building itself. Been going on for a minute. Press conference, yay or no? Our local reporter said for Trib Live says nearly 3 hours. Turn up the volume here.
Firefighters still actively involved here. So far, none of them have been injured at this point, which is a great news, of course, with the people all evacuated safely. So while this does look devastating, and it certainly is, no one has been injured from what officials are telling us. But this will still continue to go on for quite some time. We're going to remain here talking to officials, talking to those here who lost their homes, and we're going to continue to bring you updates as well. For now, covering Allegheny County in Squirrel Hill, Marcy Cipriani, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
And Marcy, before we let you go, we know you just interviewed a few residents from that building about 20 minutes ago. If you are just joining us, Marcy, if you're still there, if you could just reiterate what they were telling you. I know one of the gentlemen became very emotional, visibly emotional, worried about his cat inside that building. Can you just again, just reiterate to our viewers who are maybe just joining us what you were told by those residents who had to evacuate?
Sure. He actually, the gentleman you're talking about, is a caregiver. His mother-in-law lives in the building. She is in a wheelchair. I spoke with both of them, and they're very concerned about his mother-in-law's cat. And he was getting emotional because he feels like he should have gotten the cat to safety. But of course, the main concern was getting out of the building themselves. His mother-in-law is in a wheelchair, so she can't walk. She says that she wasn't able to get out on her own, so Pittsburgh paramedics were the ones that helped her out. So as they sit here watching the home burn, the building and their home, they're really emotional. They're concerned not only about their belongings, but mainly about the cat. And of course, another gentleman that I spoke to is the one who said he lives on this side, which is where the fire started, although it was on the third floor. He's on that section of the building. And he says he left really just thinking it was a minor fire. He left with no shoes, left with no cell phone, and doesn't really know what's next for him. He's hoping that when this is over, and a lot of people are actually expressing some hopefulness that when this is over, if they live on the first floor, that they may be able to get inside. Now, I'm not sure whether that's possible. We do know, as I mentioned, besides the fire on the roof that's moving through the building, there is an electrical fire in the basement. So the damage inside is likely extensive, and whether they can get in, it'll be some time before they know that. At this point, they're really just gathered out here. They're really just waiting for some news. And as you mentioned, very emotional, very upset, not only at the belongings inside, but at that cat that those residents tell me they left behind and they're quite concerned about.
That story, Marcy, thank you so much. I think that story really brings home the fact that this emergency is continuing. It is not over, despite the fact that all the humans have been removed from that building and evacuated successfully. Think about the heroics going on right now. Those firefighters making sure those 30-some residents got out of that building in a hurry. And then you also heard Kara Cruz from the city of Pittsburgh Public Safety talking about the fact that there were some real delicate and frightening moments when they did have those firefighters inside the building and they knew that collapse could be coming. So they had to get some radio transmissions to get those firefighters out ASAP, and they did, thankfully. So the strategy switches now because they're dealing with that electrical fire in the basement, and you can still see the flames in the top of that old building, that stone building, and what's going on inside of there and that smoke billowing out. Just to take a moment with you all to welcome you back to Pittsburgh's Action News 4. If you are just joining us, we're covering major breaking news in the city of Pittsburgh, very special neighborhood of Squirrel Hill. If you've ever driven on Murray Avenue, you've driven by this apartment. And this apartment is not just a building. It has been the home to about 30 people. And those 30 people now thinking about what the loss of not just their home, but everything inside their apartments is going to mean for them moving forward. It's a really terrifying situation when you have those folks who are in that building who had to get out in a hurry. And you're watching here on Pittsburgh's Action News 4 as we're breaking into programming you're watching that emergency response, and you're watching how those first responders, how those heroes rush to the scene and do the delicate work that they do. And we want to let you know once again, first of all, that we're dealing with a fire that's been going on since just about 8:30, 8:25 this morning. It quickly spread from 2 alarms, 3 alarms, then 4 alarms. And those firefighters got there and they did get everybody out of that building.
All right, so yeah, we got that going on in Pittsburgh. Everyone got out. It looks like it was some sort of electrical fire. Horrible. They're also saying that the building has partially, the roof has collapsed at the apartment. That's also being put out there. The roof has collapsed. Of the situation. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we're going to stop by and see what's going on here. Maybe they'll give a press conference later. So they're saying part of the building has collapsed in the roof at one point here. We just don't know the extent. It doesn't seem like the whole thing collapsed. I'm also seeing the side of the building and also the roof has collapsed. Now, roofs normally would do that if there are flames inside there. This building is gone. This building's not coming back. You're not going to be able to rebuild from this older building here. Thoughts? Let me scour around, see if I can get some additional information here. It's called the Squirrel Hill area. All right, we're going to sign off. Stay safe out there, Pittsburgh, Allegheny County. We get more updates, we'll share on JLR Investigates. We got other crazy stuff going on, so we're jumping, we're keeping it moving. We'll talk soon. JLR Investigates. Stay safe out there, Pittsburgh.